Hi everyone, welcome to our week 7 multimedia discussion where we will be outlining our paper that we're going to turn in for our critical assignment. I chose the probation department for my organization. I work with the probation department, so I really felt like I had an insight as to the ethical based training that we have and how often we receive that type of training, and if in my opinion I think it's working or not. So the probation department's mission is to serve the community by reducing crime, assisting courts, promoting lawful and productive lifestyles, and then, of course, to assist victims. It's really imperative that the people who are working for the probation department be ethical in their personal and their private lives, and that they also receive the appropriate training. So we go to training once every 2 years after the initial academy, where ethics is originally taught. There, they also go over our code of ethics intensely, so everyone is on the same page with the expectations of the organizations. So I chose 3 theories that I thought really pertain to the probation department and their ethical training and what we really look for. So the utilitarianism, the definition of that is a person will do the right thing if the outcome is good. This outcome is the most important in determining the morality of the decision. So there's certain principles of utility, and the goal was always to maximize pleasure and minimize pain. So in regards to probation, we utilize a lot of discretion, and especially when we're handling complex situations. Sometimes you get a situation that's not covered in the policy and procedural manual, and you're forced with that ethical dilemma. What do you do? According to utilitarianism, it's only concerned with consequences. So it's really difficult to predict the outcome of a consequence or the outcome period of an evolving situation. Also, sometimes the outcomes don't always come out the way that we had intended. But according to utilitarianism, that doesn't really matter because it's only focused on the outcome or the consequence of the decision. And another interesting thing was that for probation, it's really hard to measure outcomes immediately. We often will implement a program and then have to do, years of research to see if it's contributing to reducing recidivism, because while our intention might be good, it's really hard to measure if the outcome is positive or not when working with members of the public. I also picked contractarianism because Thomas Hobbes depicted a society without rules as living in like a state of chaos. And for him, the solution was that everyone in society comes to an understanding that it's everyone's best interest to abide by the rules of the society to ensure safety and security. So pertaining to law enforcement, this social contract theory justifies the power that law enforcement has over the public. But it's also an agreement that society has made in exchange for protection. However, an interesting issue that can occur is when law enforcement misuses or exceeds their power with an unethical decision or situation. This makes the public fearful or resentful of the contract that they made with law enforcement. And Aristotle and the virtue theory, that was the other one I chose, is basically the foundation to all that is law enforcement. Prior to being employed, we go through extensive backgrounds where the sole goal is to make sure that you've lived what quote unquote an unsullied private life, that you have been law abiding, because according to Aristotle, he believed that if you're a good person, you will do good things. And to be good, you must do good. So the complex question that he posed was not so much what should you do, but rather what type of person do you want to be? So this is just such an integral part of law enforcement, and what we seek as an agency is to employ those type of people who possess those qualities throughout their entire lives and in both their personal and professional lives. I want to say thank you to everyone. It's been great getting to know you guys, and I wish you nothing but success in your future classes. Have a great day.